Hello, and welcome to the video tutorial for Manage Profile Information. Now, right now you see Manage Account Information here, but that's part of your Manage Profile Information. It's just basically the information you used when you filled out the registration form. As you see, it's preloaded. The only thing not loaded here is your phone number. That's optional. You can put that in there if you want. Also, too, your email address, you'll notice it's grayed out. That's because you can't change your email address because that's your identification for your wallet and where your money is. So that can't be changed. That's why we tell you to use a Gmail address or an Outlook or one of the Yopmail if you're in Asia. Use a big email server and use an email address that you can't forget, because you don't want to forget it and you don't want to ever have to lose it. You don't want to use a personal URL email, because you could lose that personal URL. Then we'd have a hard time changing your email address. It's very difficult to change that on this site. So make sure you use an email address you cannot forget and you cannot lose. That is oh so important. Now, manage profile information. One other thing about account information. If you move or anything, this is where you come and change your address and stuff like that. So make sure you do that. Now, especially you want to keep your site updated. Now, manage profile information, you have to fill this out in order for your profile page to format. If you're looking over here and you only see these top 3 options and the rest of this is blank, that's because you haven't filled out manage profile information yet. This has to be filled out. If you go to dashboard, you'll see the instructions telling you to fill it out to create your profile page. Same with my membership. We have that same instruction in here. Make sure you fill that out. It's important. So we go to manage profile information, scroll down to the manage profile information section. Now, up on your manage account information, we'll go back up here for a minute. This will be blank, the box. Now this picture is your profile picture. That's the square picture right here on your profile page. That's what that picture is. And just format a square picture. If you want to pick one of ours, you can just go to upload from IMM library, and we have a lot of options here for you. All you have to do is open one of the folders, just red check mark it, the photo you want, and update. It's as simple as that. Or you can go, let's go back, or you can go to your own computer and it'll open your computer's files, double click on the photo that you have ready to go, and it'll upload and fit to the box. Again, keep it square. That way it fits better. Now we scroll down to manage profile information. Same thing here, only this is the background photo that you find on the photo on your profile page. You'll see the long, wide background one. So you want to format that to 1366 by 410. All of ours in the upload library here, they're already pre-formatted, so they'll fit. But you want to make sure that you format your photograph so it doesn't distort or look awful. You want to make sure that you pre-format it before you upload it. Now the next thing here is your profile display name. This is an important name because this is a name everybody searches out. This is the name of your band, name of the artist, name of the fan. Fans, they can go by aliases if they want, but businesses and bands, they want to stick to their name because this is how people find them in the name search. You're going to want your proper name there. That's where everything goes when you do a search. That's what it searches, is that window. Now, merchant type. This is just commercial or cover. Commercial means you're selling albums. Cover, you're not selling albums. That's quite simple. If you're a cover band, you can sell memberships. That's the whole point to this site, is to help cover bands make their first album. And albums are expensive, like $4,000 a song. You're talking $20,000, $30,000 to record an entire album. It's damn expensive. And cover bands are never going to make that money just going around and doing gigs. Gigs don't pay enough. And the money they do make doing gigs, they got to spend on their travel expenses, food, and just generally just trying to get to the next gig. So you never make enough, and you know how hard it is to bank money. So that's what our referral system is for. So you can sell memberships on the site, and those build up on the site, and all those people work for you, and all those people that sign up with them are also paying you. So, if you sign up one person, it may not seem like a lot, a small commission, but if they signed up 100 people, all of a sudden you're making a load off of that person, because all those 100 are paying you too. So that's how you make enough money to record an album. Once you record an album, just come in here and switch from cover to commercial, and then just go over here to your manage tracks and manage albums and load your albums and then load your tracks, and you're good to go with the same membership. So you don't have to go buy a new membership or anything like that. You're commercial, whether you're cover or not. It just depends on whether you have songs to sell and which you pick there. Now, gender, very self-explanatory. Male or female or other. Other would be LGBTQ or trans, whatever designation you want to use. But mix, that more applies. This is a solo artist here, so mix really doesn't apply to the solo artist unless they want to use it to say, hey, there's men and women in my band. Even though you're a solo artist, you might still have a band, and that's what mix means. Boys and girls in the band, then it's mix. If it's all male band, male, all female, female. So that's simple enough. So let's go to main genre. Again, pick your genre. Now we have a pretty good list of genres, but of course we don't have all the genres here. If we don't have the genre you're looking for, just scroll down to the bottom and click Other. If you're a multiple genre band, pick multiple genres. But if you pick Other, that's just a good drop box for you to use, and go to contact and send us an email. Pick genres as a subject. Send us an email saying, hey, I need this genre added, and we'll get around to adding it. Give us time to add it. When we do add it, we'll call you, so be patient. Subgenres, that's a list that pops up, and that's the list based on what genre you pick, depends on what list subgenres pick up. So pick your list. Again, if you need a subgenre added, let us know. Now, associates. Associates aren't just friends and buddies you have out there. Associates are the members of your band. If you're a band, your associates are your MVSs, the members of your band, because every member of your band is going to have their own membership. Same as if you're a solo artist. That's your commercial membership. That's your band membership that's selling music. You're going to want your own personal membership. If you're a guitar player, a singer, a songwriter, you're going to want that so you can earn a separate income away from your band, because your band's commercial, so your taxes are probably higher. Whereas you could sign up a lot of people in the crowd onto your personal membership using your phone, signing them up for free memberships, and build yourself an income separate from your commercial income. And this is why we tell every band, every one of your members wants to sign up as an MVS so they can make their own personal income. Now, it's up to the band whether they put the referral code to the band or the referral code to all their band members on the stage and have people take pictures of it so they know who they can pick one to sign up with. They can do just the band for one night, or maybe one night's concert. They put their band members' numbers up there so people can sign up with their band members and help build their personal income. But that's what it's all about. It's about building our personal incomes and building our commercial incomes. Now, your associates, like I said, are the band members. So if you go to associates on the profile page, I'll show you where that is. Go to your profile page, and your profile page members, you got members/associates. You click on that. There's one of your band members, and there's another band that you're probably in or have. Your lead singer may be in more than one band. That would be an associate band, or a band that's on tour with you. You might temporarily associate to them. So you'd put them in here. But the MVSs should just be the members of your band. That's why each of your band members needs their own band membership, so their own MVS membership, so they can associate to the band. And this is great too for the band, because anybody looking up the MVS, searching out MVS, find a musician, they click on it, and the band's logo or icon will be on their page. So you'll be able to click on them and just go straight to the band they're in. So it's just an extra place for you to be found. Now we'll go back to associates. So associates, again, are MVSs, the members of your band, and other bands you might be in, or maybe a band that you're touring with. You don't want to clutter this up with buddies and friends. You put them in following. If you're following somebody, I'm following, that's for your buddies and your friends, not search associates. Now, if you send a request to associates, see, if I click on, where are we here? Type members in, search associates, test solo artists. You type in the name, See? Not there. If I typed in a name, band 1, we'll just go this, band 1. See, you'll get a list right underneath that will bring you up all the bands named band 1. And there's only one on the site, so that'd be your associate. So you'd click on them. You want to associate to them. Requested user for associate bands. Confirm that's who you want to associate to. And click on OK. And the request will go out pending. Now over here in associates, right, on the bands page, imagine we were on this bands page, they'd look at their associates and they'd see a little pink dot besides associates. That tells them that there's an associate request waiting for them. So that you just click on it and click accept. Because if you go to manage associates here, you can accept or decline over here. Just go to the manage associates video or instructions and you can read all about it. Accept or declined. And this is already accepted. So if you hadn't accepted it yet, it would just be sitting in no, I'm not going to block them off. It would just be sitting in select. So you select to accept or decline them, and if you do, then the little dot will disappear there. So that's how that works. That's so you know somebody's request, so you don't have to go check it all the time. It'll tell you that somebody's made a request. Now going down, and when you do accept, that'll say accepted beside it. So you can go in and you can see who's accepted your requests. So this is where you send out an associate request, and in your dashboard is where you accept or decline them. Now, instruments. You enter instruments, name, comma, space. Name, comma, space. So drums, comma, space, flute, comma, space, harmonica, comma, space, etc. When you're putting instruments in here, certain instruments naturally have an S on the end, like drums and keyboards. So it's okay to use the S, the plural there. But flute, you wouldn't put flutes, or harmonicas. You try to refer, because this is an exact search. When you type in, what you type in is what you find. If somebody typed harmonica, harmonicas wouldn't come up. Now, if you put, for instance, drums in here, and say you got steel drums or kettle drums, and you're going to put them in there, always add drums, the basic. Then, comma, space, kettle drums, comma, space, steel drums, etc. Same with instruments like guitars. If you're playing a dobro, you'd have guitar. Then you'd have comma, space, dobro, comma, space, steel, comma, space, like that. Steel guitar, dobro guitar, steel guitar. You put that in there because that's what the people will search for. You got to anticipate what your searchers are going to search for. And they can search for multiple instruments or just single instruments. So put what you want in here. Now, drums, guitar, and bass ought to be pretty redundant. Most bands have those, but a lot don't. So, even use your redundant instruments. So it's a great way for people to find your band. And, there's a lot of people out there that just like dobro guitars, and they search out bands and then type in dobros and your band comes up. So you're really going to want to do that. Now, age group. Age group is just a rough estimate of the average age of your band. And we do it in decades here. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, like that. So just, you might have a band with a bunch of 20s in it and somebody's in their 30s. Just pick the one that most applies to your band. That's simple enough. Format. Are you all electric, all acoustic, or both? That's pretty straightforward. Vocals. Who's doing the singing in your band? Nobody. None would be like a piano player that plays in nightclubs and that just sits and plays. He doesn't sing songs and that. There are those. That would be none. If your vocals are male only, select male, female only, or male and female both. Number of members. Just select the number of members in your band. The reason we only have it 1 through 5 and then 5, 10, 15 plus is so you don't have too many options you have to go through to find it, because this is an exact search. If you search out bands with just 2 members in them on the search page, then you're just going to get bands with 2 members. You won't get bands with 3. You won't get bands with 1. It's an exact search. So we didn't want to leave too many search options for you. It would be too much of a hassle doing that. Now, number of albums, exactly the same. 1 through 5, and then 5, 10 plus, 20 plus. The number of albums goes to experience. That might help you, if you're hiring a band, you might want to know how much experience they got. So that really helps out with the experience. Label or not. You click on label or not, you can click yes, and if you do, this window opens. If you click on yes but not registered on IMM, that's what will appear under labels on your page. Now you see they're pending. Okay? So that means this label has not seen their little pink dot beside their client list. Now labels and agents have another option in their dashboard. You don't see this here because this is a solo artist dashboard. But in labels, agents, and businesses, you have clients. And if somebody wants to associate to you, a little dot will show up beside the clients. So right now, if you go to the profile page and we go down to label, you'll see yes, but label not yet on IMM. Now they've went and they've requested the label to accept them. So that's why it says that, because the label it says pending, the label hasn't yet accepted them. When the label sees the little dot and goes in and says, yep, that's one of my artists, and accepts, then that will turn to accepted, and this will then the little window will disappear, and you'll just have accepted underneath the label window. And also too, on your profile page, that label's icon will show up in the window. Here, I'll show you agency. They've already accepted agents. The icon will show up. Just click on it. It'll take you straight to the agents page. And it opens in the same browser. Anything on your page opens in the same browser. When you're doing a search, it opens in new browsers. So let's go back to our dashboard here. Back to our managed profile information. And scroll back down to where we were. Okay, so that's how labels and agents work. They see agent says accepted. You saw that the agent was already in there. It's been accepted. So that shows up there. And the label, the window doesn't disappear. It stays there if you're accepted or not. Really doesn't matter. Now, that's because you got yes here. So they're waiting for you to select either pending or whatever, or delete this one. Now to delete them, just click on the little red X. Now musician, are you a musician? Yes. Vocalist? Yes. Songwriter? Yes. Do you make original music? Now if you said yes to songwriter, it's pretty well redundant, but sometimes you might not be a songwriter, but you do make original music. Somebody does, or this applies to a band. It's better to have it not needed than needed not have it. It's kind of that situation. So if you're a songwriter, you also click yes here. It's pretty simple. If you're a cover band, that would be no. But you still might be a songwriter in the cover band, even though you're not doing original music in your band. So it might be. You might have a use for it. Now, brief description about band. This is what shows up here. On your profile page, your About section. Click on About. There you go. See, we're using my friend Jack. Jack DeKaiser is an incredible blues guitarist. We're using him as an example on the page. And if you ever get a chance to see Jack, go see him. He's amazing. He is really, really incredible. And he's been a friend for very many, many years. So if you ever get a chance, check him out. There you go, Jack. There's your plug. Anyway, that's the About section. You can type all in about your band, everything you want to put in there. And be aware that on the search page, the last search is keyword search. So people can type in keywords or phrases, and that searches the About section. So if there's any keywords or phrases that you have, you can go over here, you can enlarge that so you can write all in. If there's any keywords or phrases, you want to add them, or you want to work them into your copy, or if you can't work them into your copy, then add them at the bottom, keywords and phrases. Because, for instance, if you're an Aboriginal band, you might want to put in, like I'm Métis myself, so if I got an MVS membership, I type in Métis, I type in Aboriginal, I type in First Nations, I'd put in Batchewana Ojibwa, I'd put in things like that to describe me. So anything that can describe you, that you feel would work to describe you, add it to About. because that's how the keyword search works. So about is a very important section. Now below about you have your video channel link. If you have a YouTube channel, which you're going to need for this site, if you want to put up your performance video, you're going to need to get it from somewhere because you add the link. It's what you call an offsite link. So you're going to want to put in your YouTube channel link so people can find your YouTube channel, and that will appear, you know, on your profile page. There's your video channel link right there. People can just click on it and go straight to your video channel. So that's a really handy thing to have. You want to put that in there, and you need it anyway, because if you're going to put a promotional video or an intro video on the site, you're going to need to put it. So that's where you put it. You need to put it from your YouTube channel. So you're going to need a YouTube channel just to post the video, so you can get the video URL and put it into your performance video. Underneath that, video channel link, so that website link, if you have a website now this site is basically a website. You don't need a website if you got this site, but you might have a website. You're doing some, people are used to your website. They know where it is. Your fans come there. So you're not going to want to trash your website because you're on this site new, and then people have to relearn it all. So you might just want to link your website here, and then put on your website a link here, probably with your referral code, so people will sign up with you. And then lastly, for hire. If you're not for hire, click no. If you are, we added this. This is your price range, $0 to $1,000, $1,000 to $5K, $5K to $10K, $10K to $50, and $50K plus. So it just gives the searcher an ability, if they're out to hire a band, gives them an idea what price range they're looking at. They don't want to be bothered looking out and searching bands that are way out of their realm they can't afford. So use that accordingly, however you want. Social URLs. This is where you type in your social URL address, and your social URLs appear here on your profile page. As you can see, the icons will appear as you type them in. And it's all optional. You don't have to type any in. If you don't, there'll be no social URLs on your page. Now, secondary contact information. This email can be the same as your registration email if you want. Your registration email is the one that IMM sends notifications to and sends your monthly newsletter to. But this address here, this email window, is the one that if members send you emails, your followers are sending you an email or something, or the people on your site are trying to contact you, that's where this all goes, to this email address. So you might want to have a different one than the one up top, because the one up top is part of your login information, and you don't want everybody knowing half your login information. So it's best to have a secondary email for your site, just so you can take emails from everybody and you don't care if they see that email address, which they will on when you return a response or that. Now you can enter your phone. This is optional again. And full email address, you have to put that in. These are necessary. If you don't put these in, it'll tell you, if you try to save the page, it'll tell you to go back and do it. But the phone is optional. Now, touring information. This is a really important one. This tells where you can tour, not where you do tour or where you have toured. This is where you're able to tour. Do you have a passport? See, touring agents and putting together concert tours and that, where they need multiple bands, they want to know who can cross the borders and where. So this is where you select whether no, I don't tour at all, or yes, I tour locally. I can tour my state or province. I can go as far as my country. Regional, I can tour by region, and regional would be like North America. So this would say you can tour Canada and the US. You have a passport, you can cross the border. Global means you have a global passport. You can go anywhere. So that tells the touring agents when they look, hey, these guys are what we're looking for, because we're doing a North American European tour. So we need bands that can travel overseas. So that really helps the searchers out to find bands they're looking for. Security questions, right now you don't see them here. That's because we've already filled them out on this member. But there's 3 security questions. You can pick from a list of security questions and then give your answer, and then you save. Now this is a secondary level of security, because this site has a bank account on it. You don't want people donating your money away if they get into your account for some reason. If they get your email address and your password, you wrote it down and they see it, or you happen to leave your computer on while you were logged in, they could just jump on the site and go and donate your money away or withdraw it. Well, they couldn't withdraw it because that goes to your personal bank account, because you have to set up a bank account with Stripe in order to withdraw money. But they could donate your money away. So the security questions are there to protect that from happening. If anybody goes to the donate button and tries to donate, even you, they'll ask you a security question. And security questions, we recommend a good security tip. Read instructions for security tips, and in various places we have security tips. But when you're doing security questions and you're doing passwords, sometimes it's good to have 3 different passwords. That helps. But if you got to write your passwords down to remember them, what if somebody finds them? Then they can get in. Well, you don't want that to happen. So what you do is you add a variation. Now, a variation is something only you know, and you do it to every security question and every password you make. Like, for instance, you may put an exclamation mark after the first letter of every security question or every password you do, or the number 23 behind the second letter or third letter. Just one little thing that you do. Just one. So you never forget it, and you never write it down. You always know to use it, but nobody else does. So even if they find your passwords, and even if they find your security question answers, they still won't work because they don't know your variation. Your variation is something you keep in your head and only you know it. You never let anybody know what you do. And that you can use in every website you use. That is a great way to really extra secure your questions and your passwords. So, and then of course, once you fill it all out, you click save and you go view profile, and your profile will be completely intact. You won't see these yet, your intro video and that, because you still have to go to your menu, go to my dashboard, and go to my menu, and then you got an intro performance video. You add your images in your gallery. You come down to the bottom of the list here, and you add your gigs, your performance schedule, and all that stuff. Your stuff on your timeline. That's all controls for your profile page, for putting your profile page together. Manage profile information just puts the basics together and gives us the information we need so we can search you out. And again, you got a read instruction button up here in the top. Just click on that if you want to read any of these instructions. But that's managed account information. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope it was informative. And thanks for joining IMM. Have a great day.